EWTN, the Little Sisters of the Poor, and many other groups might soon be able to opt out of President Obama's contraceptive mandate. Religious liberty advocates are praising a leaked draft of a rule change proposed by President Trump. Jason Calvi joins us from the Supreme Court tonight, where some of the cases against the mandate have been heard. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Lauren. For 5 years, Catholic colleges, archdioceses, and charities have fought against the HHS mandate. The proposed change would allow any employer with moral reasons to opt out of providing coverage for contraception, sterilization, and abortion-inducing drugs. Since he's been in office, President Trump has pledged to support one famous group of sisters who serve the elderly poor.
Incredible nuns.
Last month, President Trump vowing to protect the Little Sisters of the Poor who are fighting the contraceptive mandate.
No American should be forced to choose between the dictates of the federal government and the tenets of their faith.
Relief could come soon if the Trump administration's proposed rule change goes into effect. Lori Wyndham, an attorney with Becket Law, which represents EWTN and the Little Sisters of the Poor, says it could prevent crushing fines.
We were really encouraged by the draft that came out yesterday because it would protect religious groups like the Little Sisters of the Poor.
The National Women's Law Center threatens to sue if the leaked draft becomes final, saying women are going to lose free birth control. But lawyers representing some of the groups challenging the mandate say that's not true.
As the rules preamble points out, there are plenty of mechanisms in place for women to have access to contraceptives if they want them. There are plenty of programs that the federal government operates to provide them free to women who are in the lower income scale.
The Obama administration did give exemptions to grandfathered health care plans and houses of worship, but not religious nonprofits. This new draft would expand that exemption to any group with religious or moral reasons for opposing the mandate. It would include the March for Life, the Little Sisters, and our network. The White House refuses to comment and calls the document first published by Vox an alleged draft. But the government is reviewing a rule change on preventive services where the HHS mandate falls. Lauren?
So if the leaked draft does go into effect, what happens?
Organizations like the Little Sisters would not need to file any special paperwork. The regulation would go into effect as soon as it's published in the Federal Register. Becket Law says they still want the cases to be settled in court, so their organizations would be protected if the next administration decides to scrap the regulation.
Jason Calvi reporting tonight from the Supreme Court. Thank you, Jason.